So something spooky happened to me in Japan. We're supposed to be on one night relaxing stay at a ryokan. So we go down and Rina sternly speaks to the person that's there. And turns out it's not even like the owner or like full-time staff. It's literally just the part-time like breakfast person. She's literally here just to serve breakfast. She works here part-time and she couldn't really help us. So we go into breakfast and all the other guests stare at us. And mind you, this is a ryokan that is mostly foreigners. Like if you look it up on Google, it's mostly like English reviews. A lot of foreigners go here. That in itself is a little bit suspicious to me. Number two, like I booked this place because it was kind of cheap, and two, it was newly renovated. But at that moment I realized just being newly renovated was suspicious in itself. Like why did they renovate it? Like in Japan, like old buildings are not that much appreciated unless they're like historical buildings, but in general you don't really renovate, you like tear a building down and rebuild it. I don't know, that was suspicious. And three, we paid for the cheapest room, but we didn't get the cheapest room. We got a much bigger room. It was one of the renovated rooms, and it was literally on the second floor, and on the bottom floor was the restaurant, like where you have breakfast and dinner. Even if like a guest from another room turned on the TV, there was no way like it would have reached, right? Unless maybe they were at the lobby. Like that was always a concern, like a thought, like maybe somebody else turned on the TV, right? But I don't know, it was just weird, like those three things. So you get to the meal area and then people like turn their heads at us and like stare at us, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right. Like in the evening I was like, I'm definitely gonna tell all the Americans what we experienced, blah blah blah, like everything's suspicious. In that moment we just couldn't speak. Like we just literally sat down and we had breakfast and nobody was talking. None of the other guests were talking. Like maybe they're not morning people, or maybe they actually went through something like we did last night too. Like I really don't know. And after breakfast there's more staff, and 10 a.m. is checkout time. So who's in charge of checking people out, right? There has to be someone. So it turns out there wasn't someone there yet. So we ended up talking to a part-timer again. We're like, this happened. And finally someone spoke to us. They're like, you know, we've never had a guest complain to us before about anything like this. What ended up happening was they checked their back end and they saw that there was indeed a timer for the TV at 1:30 a.m. But to me, that's like, why the heck do you have a timer for 1:30 a.m. Like it's not possible for the guests to make that timer. Only the staff can set the timer. So why did a staff set the TV timer for 1:30 a.m.? That makes zero sense to me. They were just apologetic. They're like, we don't know who did this, why that happened. And we explained to them, we were literally pointing to the security camera, like we were here last night, these are the flashing lights we saw. And yeah, we basically warned the staff there, like, this is what we experienced. And they were like, well, did you go somewhere before you came here? And I'm like, we went to Kifune Jinja, we went to Kinkakuji. These are like highly densely populated like tourist areas. Like I don't think we brought anything here. So one thing I want to note is that when all of this happened, I didn't take any photos and videos, except for the ones in the beginning, right after the TV turned on. But I didn't get a video of like the flashing or anything, and that's because Rina told me not to. Japanese superstition is that if you have your camera on and the ghost appears in the camera, then the ghost has a higher chance of being able to possess you. So she said, no, we're not doing photos and videos. So that's why I don't have any.